Chicago Bears draft rumors, praying that Ashton Jeanty falls to us, and the chances that we pivot and take Kelvin Banks Jr. It's officially NFL draft week, and the rumors are heating up. Today, I wanted to discuss the two biggest rumors going around when it comes to the Chicago Bears. On one hand, you have Adam Schefter saying the Bears are praying that Ashton Jeanty falls to them at pick 10, and on the other, you have Albert Breer, who's suggesting the Bears would pivot if the blue chip players are gone and take left tackle Kelvin Banks Jr. Today I'm going to discuss both of those rumors. Let's go ahead and get right into it. According to Adam Schefter, everything he is hearing during the NFL's lying season points towards the Bears being in love with Ashton Jeanty. Schefter's recent quote says there are multiple personnel people around the NFL that believe the Bears are praying that Ashton Jeanty slips to them at pick number 10. These personnel people believe that Ben Johnson wants to feature Ashton Jeanty in a run-heavy offense while mixing in DeAndre Swift as a complementary piece, similarly to how the Lions used Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery in Detroit. To me, it makes a bunch of sense, but anyone who thinks they know what the Bears want to do in this draft are kidding themselves. But I've been a fan of Ashton Jeanty all along. However, I do want to comment about the possibility of trading up for him, as that seems to be the hot topic today. I am completely against trading up in this year's draft. I believe it would be a home run if Ashton Jeanty fell to us at pick 10, but trading up in the top 10 in this year's draft and giving away multiple picks just does not seem like a smart idea. If someone else takes Jeanty, oh well. That's part of the fun of the NFL draft. We're in a position this year where we can take the best player on the board. I'm not in favor of trading away a bunch of draft capital to move up and select one player, especially when I believe there's a good chance he might actually fall to us by staying put at pick 10. As good as I think Ashton Jeanty is going to be, no player is ever a guarantee in the NFL draft, and we know this year's running back class is stacked, so I am not in favor of trading up. The other rumor going around right now is regarding left tackle Kelvin Banks Jr. out of Texas. Basically, Albert Breer says that if Ashton Jeanty and Mason Graham are gone at pick 10, the Bears will likely try to address the left tackle position in the first round. He mentioned Will Campbell first and said we would take Will Campbell if he fell, and he actually sees pick 10 as the floor for Will Campbell. If he falls to us, he does not see us getting past that spot. But he said if Will Campbell was gone too, the Bears would probably consider Kelvin Banks Jr. at left tackle. And if you look around at sports books, the current odds have Jeanty and Tyler Warren as the favorites, but Kelvin Banks Jr. has moved up to that third spot. His current odds are 9-1 at plus 900. On top of this, he was one of the last announced top 30 visits for the Bears. They worked him out last week, and I do believe that Kelvin Banks Jr. would make a lot of sense only if all of the other blue chip players were gone. Initially, I thought that Banks might slide down the board a little bit, but this draft is lacking depth at the position, and the Dolphins just had their left tackle retire, so I think Banks most likely would end up going 13th to Miami. I have Kelvin Banks Jr. rated at number 22 overall on my big board, but I've talked in length about the wide range of players after the first 5 or 6 picks. Every team is going to have drastically different draft boards, even more so than normal years. That being said, if Ashton Jeanty, Mason Graham, and Jalen Walker are all off the board at pick 10, in that scenario, the Bears don't have a shot at any of the true blue chip prospects in this draft. In that scenario, I don't think Banks would be a bad option at pick 10. He's a great fallback plan. We need to continue investing in the trenches, and while I might prefer Kenneth Grant or James Pierce Jr. as a prospect in a bubble, one thing I can't argue with here is there's a lot more depth on the defensive line and at running back than there is at left tackle. The left tackles will be gone early in this draft, but the talent on the defensive line is going to fall well into day 3. So at pick 10, maybe it makes a lot more sense to take whoever we have rated as the best left tackle on the board. And then in round 2, you can take advantage of the depth in this year's draft, which comes at positions like running back, defensive end, defensive tackle, and even tight end and interior O line as well. So while I've been back and forth on Kelvin Banks Jr. a lot, As we enter NFL draft week, I think he'd be a nice backup option if we can't land any of the blue chip players in this year's class. But right now, what I am hoping for is that one of those blue chip players fall to us at pick 10. I am not in favor of a trade up. Let me know in the comments how you guys feel about this one. I'll be back later today with more. Please hit that like button for me. And until next time, bear down.